1300 hours Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Muhammad Zubair Khan. First, the headlines. Federal Minister Ishaq Dar says stabilizing local currency and reducing inflation and interest rates are priorities of the government. Minister of State for Foreign Affairs says the US Congress can play an important role in helping vulnerable countries deal with the climate crisis. Pakistan has expressed serious concern over terrorism originating from Afghanistan. Pakistan will take on England in 5th T20 International in Lahore today. And now the news in detail. Federal Minister Ishaq Dar has vowed to revive the economy. Talking to the media persons in Islamabad today, he said stabilizing local currency and reducing inflation and interest rates are priorities of the government. He said we do not believe in mere verbal claims, rather history is testimony of our economic performance. Ishaq Dar expressed satisfaction over the appreciation of rupee over the last 2 days, saying this has reduced our loans. Speaking to the media on arrival at the Finance Ministry, Federal Minister Ishaq Dar said the speculators will not be allowed to play with the local currency. He rejected the impression that the PMLN government in its tenure between 2013 and 2018 injected dollars in the market to keep the rupee overvalued. Earlier, Senator Ishaq Dar took oath as Federal Minister at a ceremony at Iwan-e-Sadr in Islamabad today. President Dr. Arif Alvi administered him the oath. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif called on President Dr. Arif Alvi in Islamabad today. A meeting of Federal Cabinet chaired by Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif is in progress. It is discussing overall political and economic situation of the country besides the ongoing rescue and relief activities in the flood-affected areas. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has felicitated Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman over his appointment as the kingdom's Prime Minister. In a tweet today, he also prayed for the success of Prince Mohammed bin Salman and further progress and prosperity of Saudi Arabia under the leadership of Khadim-e-Haramain Al-Sharifain Shah Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud. Army Chief General Qamar Javed Bajwa has congratulated Prince Mohammed bin Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud on being appointed Prime Minister of Saudi Arabia. The Army Chief also congratulated Prince Khalid bin Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud for being appointed as the Defence Minister. The Army Chief said Pakistan values its historic and brotherly relations with Saudi Arabia and acknowledged its unique place in the Islamic world. Minister of State for Foreign Affairs Hina Rabbani Khar has said the US Congress can play an important role in helping vulnerable countries deal with the climate crisis. She was talking to US Congresswoman Ilhan Umar in Washington, D.C. today. Hina Rabbani Khar appreciated the timely assistance provided by the US government for flood victims of Pakistan. She said additional support from the US and the international community would be required to help Pakistan build back better, greener, and in a resilient manner. Hina Rabbani Khar said the world must equitably share the burden of climate crisis as it is a global challenge requiring a global response and collective action. Congresswoman Ilhan Umar expressed sympathy on the loss of life and destruction caused by unprecedented floods in Pakistan. She assured her support for provision of more assistance to Pakistan to cope with the devastating floods. Both sides also discussed the need for sustained engagement in diverse areas, including agriculture and climate change. At the United Nations, Pakistan has expressed serious concern over terrorism originating from Afghanistan. Pakistan's permanent representative to the United Nations, Munir Akram, while speaking in the 15-member Council's debate on the situation in Afghanistan, urged Taliban to stop terrorist groups from using Afghan territory for attacks against neighbors. He said Pakistan will support all sincere efforts to neutralize and eliminate these terrorist groups while fully respecting Afghanistan's sovereignty and territorial integrity. The Pakistani envoy urged the international community to respond positively to the UN Secretary General's appeal for $4.2 billion in humanitarian and economic assistance to Afghanistan and release the country's financial reserves held by the United States to revive its banking system. The fifth T20 match between Pakistan and England will be played at Qaddafi Stadium in Lahore today. The match will start at 7:30 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.